I am no longer in a relationship, and reason why I'm single right now is because you know, he broke up with me again. Yes, he broke up with me because I did not give him money that he wanted me to. He wanted me to give me he wanted me to give him 500,000 because he wanted to buy a new Mercedes after trading in his car, and he needed 500,000, and I told him that I didn't have money at the moment because I remember I just went to Dubai and I spent a lot of money you know, partying in Dubai. It was my birthday, so I spent like 2 weeks in Dubai, and I did buy a watch for my birthday as well. I bought a very expensive watch, so I didn't really like, you know, it wasn't a good time for him to ask me for money, so it was kind of like an awkward situation. And he asked me to give him 500,000 2 days after we got back together. So that's also another thing, because listen, ladies, I mean, when someone breaks up with you and you are moving on with life, and then they show up in your life and they want you back, there's always that question we always have as women, you know, like, why is he back? Like, why is this person back into my life? Like, what do they want? Do they forget something? Do they want something from me? You know, like, are they back because they love you, or they just back because they miss, you know, the good life and the, you know, the good lifestyle and all that fabulosity, whatever it is. So it was that situation where we just got back, and I was asking myself, like, why this guy come back? You know, I asked him a couple of times, and he said, oh, because I love you, I missed you, I felt like a part of me was missing, and give me a second chance. And I do believe in second chances. I mean, it's like life is too short, and I feel like people do make mistakes, and then do realize they've made mistakes. They always come back to their senses and they give it a try, and I thought that was the case. But 2 days after we reconciled, this person asked me for 500,000 because he wanted to buy a car. Like I said, he was trading in his car and putting up money as well to get a new car, and that was a Mercedes Benz, of which that was questionable, because, like, hey, I mean, if you get back together with someone, you take time to reconnect, you take time to build that friendship, you take time to build a relationship, you take time to build the feelings back on, and get to know what have you been up to since the breakup, you know, what changes have you made in your life. And we didn't even have that time to do all these things and get to reconnect, and then you're asking me for money. So it was more like, for me, it was like a question mark, and I was like, you know what, let me see how this plays out. So let me just tell this person I don't have any money at all. Let me just be like, I don't have any money. And if he's gonna understand that it's actually true, I don't have any money, and believes that it's okay not to be in a position to help, and he stays and sticks with me through that, then I will be like, okay, this person definitely came back because you know, he still cares, he still loves me, he still wants to be with me. But the mistake that this person made, I mean, at least this person could have been a little bit more smarter, you know, and pretended like he's not even faced by the fact that I didn't help in buying the car, is he messed up because he went quiet on me when I told him that I didn't have money. He was quiet, he went mute, and I remember this time I was in Dubai when he asked me for money, and he was not in Dubai, and I sent him messages and I told him, hey, to be honest with you, first of all, I'm not in a position to help, da 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 da. And I told him, like, hey, to be honest with you, even when we broke up, I'll show you the messages right now, like right on the screen. I told him, like, even when we broke up, to be honest with you, I felt very comfortable that nobody was asking me for money, and nobody was putting me in situations where I have to pay all these unexpected small bills here and there. So it was more like, I don't like the fact that you asked me for money. I mean, I'm a woman, and it's kind of like a turn off, to be honest with you. I mean, I believe men have egos, you know. Men with egos don't go asking women for money, no matter how bad the situation is, unless like you've been together through thick and thin and you've been there, you know, for each other. But this is someone who's never done anything for me at that time. So you're thinking like, okay, you've not done anything for me. It's not like I'm wanting you to do something for me to do something. No, but at least if you are someone who's responsible, if you are someone who cares and takes care of his girl or his woman, then those situations are not a big deal to the woman. But if you just keep taking, relationship is all about giving. So if you're the only person who wants to receive, it kind of looks really bad. So me saying whatever I say, I didn't say it in a bad way, but I just say that, hey, you know, it's a bad time for me, you know, I spent all this money in Dubai. So it's not possible right now. But at the end of the day, it's just a car. I mean, I don't understand why people have to take loans or borrow money to buy cars. If it was a situation where it's an emergency, a surgery or an accident or something like that, it would make sense. But someone asking to put in all their money and all their hard work in a car, it doesn't make any sense, because I believe you have to make wise choices and, you know, proper investments. So for me, it was like, it's not an emergency, it's just a car, it's not a big deal, you always get it next time. So what happened is he went quiet on me for a whole week, and I can't say I didn't know why he went quiet on me, because to be honest with you, I knew it was because I did not come through for his, you know, his bill. You know, he wanted a car and I didn't put in the money. So I knew 100% that, you know, him going quiet is just basically because, okay, this woman did not come through for me, so what's the point? Like, you know, I probably came back to this relationship so I could get this money and go. But I mean, if I'm not getting the money and going, then there's no point of having to be in this relationship. So he went quiet for a week, and I remember I was still in Dubai. I came back, and then 3 days into the country, he still did not talk to me, literally. And I said to myself, you know what, sweetie, stop wasting your time, you know what it is, so go and ask and find out what's going on. So I sent him a message, and I'm like, hey, what's up, you been good? Yes, I'm good. I'm like, okay, do you have time tomorrow? Let's link up, we need to talk. He's like, actually, yes, we need to talk. Can I call you? Oh, you can come over, let's talk. So I was like, yo, yes, if he says come over, let's talk, I want to do this because I need to know what's going on. So I literally like went and met him, and we had a conversation, and he looked moody and stuff, you know that kind of look someone gives you when you know what's up. So I was like, okay, what's up, are you good? You're good? It's like, yes. Like, you look like you're good. I was like, yeah, I had friends over. But anyway, so yes, that's what happened. And he says that, you know, I've been thinking a lot and this is not working out. This relationship is not working out, and believe that, you know, it's just best if we just go in separate ways. And I told him, first thing I told him was like, I know it's because of the money, right? It's because I did not come through for you when you wanted to buy the car. Because to be honest with you, I can buy someone a car. I mean, it was just 1.4 million shillings. I mean, how much is that? My watch cost more than that, so it wasn't like a big deal for me. But I just wanted to know that this was someone genuine. You do things for someone who's genuine. You do things for people who are worth it. You do things for people who deserve it, not for people who are there to take advantage of you. So I told him I know it's because I didn't put in money when you wanted me to. So, you know, I expected this, and that's why you've been quiet. He's like, no, it's not even about the money. It's because I feel like you are in a stage in your life where you want to have kids, and I'm not ready for kids. I feel like you want to settle down and all that stuff. And I was like, hey, like, this is crazy, because I mean, if it's kids, everybody knows he's the one who wants crazy. Like, he's crazy about having babies. He's the one who wants kids. He was posting about it every time, like he wants to get me pregnant and stuff. So if it's about kids, he's the one who's going crazy about it. It was kind of like confusing. And I remember telling him, like, you know what, okay, I understand, probably you feel like you don't want to have kids now, so it's cool, we could take our time and, you know, just calm down and wait until the time is right. We could just, you know, like, go ahead, be friends, have fun, travel, you know, party, and, you know, just make the best out of the relationship. And then all these other things will come in later. We don't have to talk about it. It's not a big deal. So I was just trying to be, you know, considerate, of course. Because yes, when it comes to all that baby stuff, I started thinking about babies when I turned 29 after my birthday. So that only came in later. Like, okay, I feel like I'm 29. If I could have a baby, maybe at least by the time I get to 30, inshallah, or 31, that will make good sense, because that's a good, perfect age. And so we had a conversation, and he was like, okay. I was like, cool, we could wait, put a hold to it. I'm still young. I mean, I still have a long way to go, so no rush. We could have fun, travel, you know, do all this fun stuff, because we really did have the best time. And I won't even deny that, yes, we've had the worst moments and we've had the best moments, and we had the best moments, and we really did enjoy it when it lasted. So I told him it's cool, we could put a hold to it. And guess what? The next day in the morning, I wake up and I see a message, and this person has sent me a long thread. Like, if it was sent to my address as a letter, or, you know, the scrolls, like, it would literally be opening it like this, you know. So it was a long message, and trust me, it was crazy. He sent me a message full of abuses. He was literally abusing me. He called me names. he said, oh, you know, I don't want to be with you anymore because I don't feel like it's working out. I feel like you want babies because you're lonely. I'm like the most liveliest, happiest person ever. In my mind, I'm like, I talked about this yesterday and you're like cool with it, so what's going on? So in my mind, I just knew it wasn't even about the babies thing. Deep down, the main reason this person was trying to do an exit is because he did not get the money that he came back from. You know, like he was like, you know what, there's no hope here. You know, I came back for this money and she's not. Probably someone advised him to come back and collect what he can before he completely leaves, and then he didn't find what he wanted. And I'm not stupid, sweetie. I'm the most smartest human I know. So me even talking about I don't have no money, it's not like I didn't have any money, sweetie. I could buy 3-4 Mercedes for different men who are total strangers that I don't even know, that won't even faze me, you know. It's not a big deal. So I sat there and I read this message and I was like, wow, oh wow, okay, if you at least want to send a breakup message, at least be a little bit direct. Just say, okay, you know, it's over, and the end. You don't have to call someone names, you don't have to, you know, go to an extent where you're angry and all that stuff. So I read the message and I laughed out loud, and I just simply ignored it, because I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, what am I replying to? It's over. So hello. I mean, women, let me tell you men something. Yeah, men think that because we as women love them so much, they feel like we cannot live without them, we can't move without them. Like, you know, once they break up with us, our life is shattered or completely drained, or, you know, it's the end of the world. But let me tell you one thing, right? Women have options, right? So when you know you're walking out the door, just know that she'll be fine, 100%. So don't sit there thinking that when you break up with someone that it's gonna be the end of the world. No, honey, because when I was like broken up with, and I was like 2 or 3 months ago, I was fine, sweetie. I was going on dates, you know, I was traveling, I was okay, like life was perfect. You know, I was looking on point as usual, like, you know, like it's like nothing happened, and, you know, back to square one and everything is okay. And that's just how women are. Women can love you this minute and they can unlove you the next minute. They could be hot and cold the next minute. Women can, and that's just how we are. We're programmed to move on real quick, as opposed to men, because I know men do feel the relief the first time they break up with someone, and then it hits them after they realize, oh, maybe I made a mistake. So yes, that's the difference between men and women. So when I read that message, I was like, okay, cool, okay, that's what you want, 100%, fine, no big deal. You know, at least I know that I am not I'm not in a situation where I'm with this person and they're taking advantage of me, you know, because this is someone that is used to being given money by women. I mean, the person that he was dating before me was from Tanzania, and I remember he told me that she just left without any reasons. But I realized, I came to find out that she left because she was tired of paying bills and always giving him money, or for doing videos here and there and this and that. So I think she was tired of all that, and she just decided to just leave quiet. You know, some people cannot deal with such situation. They just decide to just leave quietly because they feel like if they start explaining the reasons why they're leaving, it's gonna make you want to make them not leave. So they just leave quietly. And I remember there's an ex who also sent a message to me during the breakup, during the relationship, and told me how this person is also of that character, like, you know, always about the money, and all about want to improve his career, wants to, you know, like get support for his career, and, you know, basically use people to get to that level, you get. So I was in this relationship knowing all these things, so that's why I was careful in different situations. But there's situations where, like, he really came off to me like he was in a situation that I should come through for him, when you understand and you feel like, okay, yes, maybe they need help, and you come through. And, you know, those situations you go for dinner and you have to pay the bills and all that stuff, it's not a big deal. But the most important thing is I am no longer in a relationship with this person, and I feel like it happened for the best, because I would have probably been in a very awkward situation, maybe pregnant with this person's baby, and this person is probably messing around with other women and getting them pregnant, and is all this social media drama and all this embarrassment and public mockery. I think I have really much escaped that situation, because I've seen people who've been in that kind of situation where you are dating this person who publicly embarrasses you, and you just feel like you made the biggest mistake probably of your life. But I don't really regret this happening, because it has saved me my image. Probably it saved me a lot. And another thing he also said was he feels like he still wants to party, he still wants to, you know, move around and mess around. Of course he wants to mess around, and he's not ready to settle down or ready to have babies. So in my mind I was like, okay, cool. I mean, at least this is someone who's telling you the truth, that they don't want anything serious. So I believe like a man who wants to play games needs to end up with a woman who wants to play games. I mean, those are the people who need to be together. I mean, I am a woman who knows what she wants. I'm a woman of substance. I'm a woman who understands what she wants. I have done a couple of things. I own 2 businesses. I have Vitox, I have Vera Sidika Beauty Parlor, and I also have other business ventures which are coming up soon. And I know what I want in future. I know what I want in life, and I'm not confused, and I don't need someone who's confused to come and confuse my life. So if you feel like you don't know what you want, you'd rather be with people who don't know what they want. So guys, I know all my Instagram in-laws really want to know about this. Is she pregnant? Is she not? What's on the stick? Oh my god, I am also curious. I want to know. So here we are. Here's the stick, and I am not pregnant. Okay, I did not take a test, but of course I'm not pregnant. Anyways, so I'm not pregnant, and reason why I am not pregnant is because I cannot be pregnant at the moment. And this is because I did, let me show you, I'll show you a zoom in of this. So this is a card I got from the clinic where I had my birth control. This is an implanon. They put this, I had to put this on the right side of my arm in here, and this is supposed to prevent you from getting pregnant. And I did this in May this year. Yes, I did it in May this year. And this happened a month after I was in a relationship, and it's because I wasn't ready to have a baby with the person that I was dating, and it's because I was still trying to get to know them and learn their character very well. So a month into the relationship, we went for HIV testing and screening. We went for all these sexually transmitted diseases screening and all that stuff. And when we realized we were okay, I decided to do the birth control, because you know, if you're gonna have unprotected sex with your partner, you have to be careful if you're not ready for babies, otherwise you're gonna get pregnant. Okay, so I had to be careful, of course, and I had to get this implant on my arm. So I practically had it for about, like, how many months now? 6 months, 5, 6 months thereabout, since May. I remember I put it in May, and I put this implant, actually I remember the day I put this is because I was even angry, because I discovered that my partner was cheating on me in a way. Cheating on me, like, kind of like, you know those signs where you feel like there's something going on and you're not so sure about them, and you just want to be careful. You want to know them better and be sure about them before you start having babies for them and starting a family. And I remember he was angry after he found out that I did this, because when I did put the implant, I didn't tell him about it. I just went and did it, and the reason being because he wanted to get me pregnant so bad. He even used to post, I remember I put up a post on Instagram saying that I know this was a fake pregnancy for YouTube, but I'm going to make it a reality soon. Remember the picture of me with the pregnancy, and he was next to me. So he did say something like that, and he was on a mission to get me pregnant. And I was like, oh, hold up, I don't know you so well. We just met, we started dating, you know, it's just like a month in the relationship. So I need to know this person well enough before I even start having babies for them. That's the reason why I put it. And when he found out that I did this without telling him, he got angry, and we started having issues, and that's when now the breakup came in at some point. But I have never gotten pregnant in my life before. And do I intend to get pregnant? Yes, I do. Actually, as a matter of fact, I want to take this off in 2 weeks or a month's time. I think I'm ready for what the future holds. I believe the future has so much in store for me, and I believe I'm going to make an amazing mom. I just turned 29 the other day, and hopefully I will be having a baby sometime soon, at least before I'm 35. So I'll take this off because it does have its own effects sometimes. You know, add weight, like now I'm so chubby because of this. Once I take it off, I think my weight will go all the way back to the way it used to. So I do hope to get kids once I take this off, and I believe that I'm gonna get someone who will be there for me and love me and show me care and affection like every woman deserves. I believe I'll be with someone who's gonna be a man. I believe I'm gonna be with someone who's gonna be responsible, someone who knows what they want. And as much as I did give my ex an opportunity to prove himself for the second time, and he blew his second chance, and it's unfortunate to Instagram and laws, I think it happened for the best, and I believe there's reasons for everything, like I said. So this second breakup wasn't really like a breakup to me, because it was more like, you know what, okay, it's a good thing I know what's up. You know, it's like more like confirming that what you were thinking was actually what you were thinking, because sometimes we women refuse to see things for what they truly are. We always want to sugarcoat things, like, oh, because we're with someone that we really love and they ask for things and stuff, you're like, oh, maybe he's not really there for the money, maybe he's there because he loves me, but maybe it's just a situation he's in. But when someone wants to end a relationship just because you do not put in money in whatever favors they wanted you to, that's when you realize that, oh wow, you need to open your eyes. Like, sweetie, you've been stupid all this while. You need to open your eyes and see things for what they truly are, not what you want them to be. So for me, this wasn't really like a breakup. It was more like a, you know, it's more like a good riddance to bad rubbish. I'm sorry, but that's just more like it. Like, you know what? Okay, it's a good thing I know that's what's up. So yeah, we'll keep it moving and moving on. And the reason why I'm telling you guys is because I don't want you to be tagging me on pictures whenever this person is involved. I don't want you guys to be mentioning me around this person's hula baloo, whatever it is going on. I did the best I could. Was the best girlfriend ever. I was the most supportive girlfriend ever. I remember showing up in shows. Shows I'm not even paid for. And remember, I get paid to make appearances. I used to show up in shows just to support this person, and sometimes even people would actually come to shows thinking that I'm gonna show up and surprise them, you know. And this person was actually getting that mileage in my sense, like, oh, whoa, if I go for this person's show, Vera is probably gonna show up somewhere. And I did that, and I did that wholeheartedly, because I am that kind of person